Hi guys, I'm Ileyah. I'm one of the writers here at RGM, and today we're going to be listening to my top 5 from the Kid LAROI's new album, Before I Forget. Before we get into it, a little bit about the album. It dropped on January 9th, which was Friday, and it is 15 tracks and it goes for about 44 minutes. It is his second studio album. His last one was called The First Time, and it was dropped in 2023, and I feel like it's a big evolution from that first album. He really gets into more mature topics. Not to say that his first one didn't kind of explore like breakups and love and things like that, but like this one I feel like is a lot more deep, a lot more mature, and I really like it. So my top 5 might not be your top 5. There might be a little bit of controversy here. Please don't cancel me. But let's get into it. So coming in at number 5 is the song Come Down. It is track 4 of the album, and we're gonna go ahead and listen. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna start by saying the chorus is hella catchy. I really like it. It is something that is easy, it is simple. After your first listen, you kind of already know the words, so it's very easy to sing along to. You can see me like mouthing the words, only my second time hearing it. I like the message. I think it is something that is relatable. It's something that a lot of people have experienced, and it's a little bit more mature, and I love that. But it's also like kind of like that back and forth. Like you hear him like yearning, talking about like what he could have had, what he used to do, what he could have done, and like then you go into like the reaction of it. The okay, here's what I'm doing now because I don't have this anymore. Like I have to drink to numb this. And like I said, I think that's something that's very relatable. I think that's something that a lot of people have dealt with in a breakup or things like that, like just wanting to numb that pain, thinking back to what could have been, just, you know, being human, being vulnerable, and just feeling those feelings. So I really like it. All right, for my number 4 on the list, I put the song Maybe I'm Wrong, and basically the song Without You walked so this song could run. Like when I tell you this song broke my heart the first time I listened to it, like I'm not even capping. Like I was about to cry. I felt some kind of way about it. I was like, damn, you really got me in my feelings right now on a Kid LAROI track. Like don't do this to me. But I think it's not higher up only because like I feel it's something we hear more of. It's like more common in the music industry. This is like a typical piano with a little soulful R&B moment, and it's something that we see a lot, but he does it really well. So let's get into it. It's so pretty though. I love how he comes in too, by the way. Those higher notes too, they really get me. Okay, so like I said, I really like the emotion in this song. I really like that you could feel it. A lot of this album is speculated to be about his breakup with Miss Tate McRae, and that's always in the back of my mind when I'm listening to this. I'm like, damn, is this really about her? Is this really how he felt? And it kind of like just gives more insight into like the celebrities' relationships and like their emotions and their feelings, and how things aren't always like how you see them on a screen. They have their own lives and they have their own things that they're doing beyond the music, and so it's really cool to actually get to hear that within the music. A lot of artists, I feel like, will sing songs and stuff like that they really don't relate to and that they really don't have experience with, and they're more just fun and for the audience. They're just supposed to be upbeat and like a good time. But songs like this I really resonate with because it's something that you can feel. It's something that you can empathize with or sympathize with, and a lot of people experience it. So definitely pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. Alright, coming in at my number 3 is actually one of the singles from this album. It is called A Cold Play, and I really liked this song initially because it reminds me of the Kid LAROI that we know and love, the Kid LAROI that got famous to begin with. It sounds very, very much like some of his older stuff, but you can still see the growth. You know, he's getting older, he's getting wiser, he's experienced more since his last album, and you can really see that in this, but it still has that sound that we all know and love from the Kid LAROI. So let's get into it. And I like the beat too. I feel like somebody needs to drop a verse on this, like not being funny. It would go so hard. Oh my god. I like that too. See, it's one of those hooks that just grabs you. This is a chorus that you can stand behind. Okay, so like I said, yeah, it feels like somebody could drop a verse on that. Like, the beat is really good. I really like the chorus. I like how there's that echo. It really just adds to it, adds layers to it. And it's so much fun. It's such a good vibe. Like, I could picture myself just sitting in my car listening to this, or cooking listening to this. Like, it's not something that I necessarily need to get hyped to and dance to, or like something that you would see at a club maybe, but it's something that you could listen to on a regular basis. And I really like that. Okay, so don't come for me, but my number 2 song is called 5:21 a.m. and it's not really like a full song. It is more of an interlude. Now, I usually do not put interludes in the top 5, but there are certain interludes that I feel like are very significant moments in an album. Like, if you look at the Stargirl interlude from The Weeknd, like, I listen to that on a regular basis, probably more than I listen to the rest of that album. Or like the Girl with the Tattoo Miguel interlude, that one goes so crazy. It's on so many of my playlists and I adore it. This one for me is kind of like that. It is not the Kid LAROI's usual sound. It is very, very different. It's featuring Andrew H, and it just has like a whole different genre to the rest of the album. But it's like this moment where I just like sat still and I just like had to like lean in and actually listen, and it like encapsulated me. It just waved over me and I fell in love with it, and I would definitely listen to it again and again. So let's get into it. Okay, so most of that is just like falsetto, stripped back, just the guitar. There's no beat. There's nothing crazy going on there. There's no crazy production. It feels very, very stripped, and it is like definitely the most vulnerable moment on the album. For me, it hit so deeply, for one, because of placement. It was between the song A Perfect World, which is a single, and A Cold Play, which is the last song we just listened to. And these two songs are like more upbeat and more fun and like feel good. You can really like get into them and just dance and like chill. This one is right in the middle of it, and it just kind of like breaks you from that feeling for a second. Like, okay, yeah, we're vibing, we're having fun right now. Here's this. And it makes you stop for a second. It makes you stop and you're like, wow, that was a switch up. But the way that they placed it and the way that it's just like so stripped back like that, it really adds a dynamic to the album that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And I really like that. All right, the moment of truth. My number 1 song on the album is actually the first track of the album, and it is called Me and You. The reason this is my number 1 is because I feel like it just perfectly embodies the entire album. It really tells you what you're going into, but more importantly, it really shows how different the Kid LAROI sound is now. This is like your introduction to the new him. It's like, I'm not a kid anymore. This is who I am now. This is what I'm doing now. Here you go. And so like it really just sets you up for the rest of the album. It gives you the initial vibe immediately, and throughout the rest of the album you can just see glimpses of this song, and I like that. I like that a lot. So here you go. I feel like it's such a good opener too, just genuinely. Say we're talking 1 month, baby. Don't try to crawl back. Cadillac right feel kinda like I used to. I guess I'm just someone you got used to. Had to see how much has changed between me and you, girl. Okay, so like I said, it really gets right into like the meat of the album. You hear the first 2 lines and you're like, damn, this is a breakup album. Like, okay. So it really like just lays it all on the table off the bat, and I like that. So it prepares you for the rest of the album. You already know what this is gonna be about. You already know what you're about to hear. And like I said, like different dynamics come in, like when the interludes come in and the things like that that aren't your typical, the slow songs or things like that. You're like, okay, this is a little bit different genre. It still goes back to the base of the album though. It still goes back to that breakup album, but it just adds all of those layers and all of those dynamics to really make this album feel full and whole. But no, he lays it on the table. He shows you what he's working with, and I adore that. That is something that I am looking for a first song or a title track or anything like that. You want to know what you're getting into, and I feel like this does it. So that was my top 5 of the best tracks off of the Kid LAROI's. Before I forget, let me know what your top 5 was, and if you haven't listened to this album already, I would recommend listening from start to finish in order, because because it really gives you different pieces of one situation, so you really get to see like the whole picture and all the different sides of it. And I think that that's something he does very, very well. This is a solid listen, and I definitely would listen to this whole album again, and I think he did a really great job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for watching.